Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you all to the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. It is, for the record, 6:06. And I do have an announcement to announce pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law GLC 30AS 18 and the governor.
Did we lose Susan?
Susan, this is Charlotte speaking. Your
Is that
sound
it?
went out.
You get
Your
me?
sound went out for a minute.
I'm going to do it from the top then.
Yeah.
I'll do it from the top because, okay. Welcome everybody to the Zoning Board of welcome Board of Appeals meeting for Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law GLC 30AS 18 and the governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, as well as Mayor Curtatoni's declaration of emergency dated March 15th, 2020. This meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals will be conducted via remote participation. We will have an audio recording available upon request as soon as possible after this meeting. We have some general business to attend to at the beginning. Shall we take care of that? Charlotte, do you want to go with, yeah, let's do that. Danielle, approval of minutes, please. Could you handle that?
Okay, I had one correction to the March 3rd meeting.
Yes.
Let's see. Josh was absent. I think it's just probably a cut and paste.
Mine says absent.
You know what, maybe I'm looking at the wrong, I had one that maybe it was I thought I saw one where he made he was in there as making a motion.
I was absent March 3rd.
Yeah, I have that.
Why is that?
Other business hearing. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay, here it is. You're right. Under public hearing, 15 McGrath Highway, following the motion by acting clerk Safdie.
That was a copy and paste error.
Yeah, it's probably the holdover from the previous meeting. Yeah.
Yep, that is
Yeah.
exactly what happened. I will correct that to be following a motion by Clerk Evans, seconded by Ms. Severino, and then the rest of the sentence.
Okay. So that's corrected and we can approve it as corrected, yes?
Yeah, so we'll do it in two motions, three that don't need.
Yes.
I make a motion that we approve the March 3rd, 2021 minutes as amended.
May I have a second, please, on the, seconded by Josh Safdie. All in favor of approving the minutes from March 3rd, 2021 as amended? Danielle Evans,
Aye.
Josh Safdie,
Aye.
Catherine Gavalia,
Aye.
and Ann Brockelman.
Aye.
Thank you. Next motion, please.
I make a motion that we approve the February 3rd, 2021, the number 4th, 2020 corrected, and January 20th, 2021 corrected minutes as submitted.
Thank you. Second, please. Who
Second.
seconded that? Josh Safdie. All in favor of the January 20th, 2021 March. I just dropped all my papers, if you can believe it. 1 second, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Okay. So we have November 4th. We have January 20th, and we have February 3rd. Am I correct? Did I get that right? Thank you. I'm sorry about that. All in favor of approved as presented, please say aye as we go around. Danielle Evans,
Aye.
Josh Safdie,
Aye.
and Brockelman,
Aye.
and Catherine Gavalia.
Aye.
Aye. Let the record show it was unanimous, and also for the record, in Elaine Severino's absence tonight, Catherine is her alternate. Okay, next on the agenda is our public hearing of 15 McGrath Highway. Are
Madam
they
Chair?
here? Yes, ma'am.
Mike Gerhart of the applicant team is here and is unmuted.
Good evening, Mr. Gerhart.
Good evening, Madam Chair.
So what's up for tonight?
What's up for tonight is a request for another continuance to the next meeting of this board.
Okay, I have a couple of questions for you, and I'm asking our liaison, Charlotte, to chime in on this. I had a few questions. I want Charlotte to speak up and tell us what the record shows, and I'll have a question for you. Number one, Charlotte, I wanted to know when did we open this case?
This case was advertised for the September 30th ZBA hearing, but it was not opened at that meeting. At that meeting, the applicant requested a continuance as a neighbor had expressed that they had not received notice and wanted additional time, and the applicant wanted to accommodate that. So it
And
has
that was 2020.
not been
2020.
opened. Yeah, September 30th, 2020.
So it was advertised for the 30th, September 30th, 2020, but you're saying we did not open it because of neighbors saying they weren't notified.
That is correct.
Do I get it? Okay, so when indeed did we open it?
I believe we have not yet opened it. At every ZBA meeting that it has been on the agenda for, we have continued it and have not had a substantive discussion of the case at this time.
That's extremely unusual. That's not the norm.
It is not what we are striving to do with most cases.
All right, so let me ask the applicant while he's on board here. Mr. Gerhard, what's going on with you folks? Continue. I realize we're in a pandemic, but all this here, this should have been open. It should have been on the books. Have you notified, have the neighbors been notified now at this juncture?
Yeah, Madam Chair, and I appreciate your concern on this matter. You know, our intent was to move forward prior to this. The holdup has really been revolving around working with our immediate neighbors to the east and west to allay any concerns that they have about the project and the proposed project, as well as discussions with other community constituents, including kind of the Friends of the Community Path and the Brick Bottom community, to make sure that their concerns are also addressed. So it's really been an effort, not that we've just been dragging our feet. We've really been working hard with our surrounding neighbors to make sure that there's an understanding of the project and to make sure that their concerns are discussed and addressed where possible.
So when was the last time it was legally, is it notified, Charlotte, every time they want a continuance?
It is not
Yes?
legally noticed every time a continuance is requested. We notify all abutters once when we are first advertising it, and then beyond that, it is up to members of the public who are interested in the case to follow ZBA meetings and agendas to learn
So
at which particular meetings will be discussed.
when does the office plan on legally advertising this and opening it?
This case has been legally advertised, so it could be opened at any time. But if the board and applicant wishes, we can re-advertise it at some point. We can do that at any point, but we have not yet done that.
Madam Chair, we haven't opened
Yes.
it. Really, generally what we do is we open and then continue.
That's right. I can't believe it.
It's never been read into the record. I mean, there's so many cases I couldn't like tell you if I did or not, but usually we open it by reading it, into the record and then continuing it. And that's actually,
That's
we
right.
don't like it, but that's not unusual. That used to happen all the time. We'd have cases where, they, submit their application, it's ruled complete at the time, it's taken in, and then something happens and they're not ready, and you continue. And at some point, I don't know if if 40A says when you need to re-advertise, but at some point, staff usually, like as a courtesy, maybe re-notice, but I don't think there's anything like.
We generally renotice, if I may, staff generally renotices when the legal notice is no longer true. If a component of the case has changed such that the legal notice
Right.
that was originally issued is no longer accurate and it needs to be re-notified that way, but I don't know of any recent examples of a case remaining the same and then us re-advertising it without needing to, for some reason, change the legal notice.
Charlotte, did you look this up, the September 30th? Did you read the minutes of the meeting?
I looked at the minutes and I can pull those up on screen if you would like, but I did not go back and listen to the recording. The minutes don't indicate that the meeting was opened. It just indicates that a request to continue was made, and that additional plans were asked for, but there was no substantive discussion beyond that. Although now that I'm saying that out loud, the fact that additional plans were asked for suggests that it might have been opened.
I would like Danielle saying, normally the first thing that happens is we do open it. Then people come forward and say, well, or somebody in the office would have been notified through an email or whatnot about the neighbor's concerns that at that point, we would talk to the applicant standing there in front of us for us to open it. They would say, well, let us continue so we can delve into this and resolve the problem. That's what it sounds like happened to me. If that's the norm, how we go, that's what would have happened. So I would ask just to double check after tonight for you to listen if you may. I will listen if you want to send it to me. You don't want to be bothered with that.
Madam Chair, I'm happy to listen and confirm.
All right, so we should do that, number one. But in the meantime, what I'd like to mention to Mr. Gerhardt is this every 2 weeks or every next meeting is too much. You can ask for a continuance for a month. We don't care, especially when you have these things and you're working with people, because we're coming for nothing. So I would think if you want to ask, and that's another thing, we don't always have to approve your request for a continuance. We can take a vote at any time and either vote it up or vote it down. So what I would like you to do tonight is, unless you think you're going to come on board here on our next meeting on March 31st and be ready to do your presentation and show us everything you've been working on since September 30th, you shouldn't ask for a continuance until that date. Kick it up a notch, go another couple, so that your request for continuances are meaningful and you have credibility that you're working on the case.
Madam Chair, I completely appreciate your stance, and I've been concerned as well about our diminishing credibility with these ongoing weekly or bi-weekly continuances are requested. So I appreciate your frustration with us. It's been a challenging process to try to navigate a a complex situation. So is the next meeting of this board, is it March 31st or is it the beginning of
Correct.
it?
March 31st.
Okay, so why don't we ask for continuance beyond that to the next available meeting? I think that would be
April
fair.
14th.
Correct.
April 14th.
Yes.
Yeah, that way you can get all your ducks in order. Charlotte, our liaison, can check the tape, to make sure everything's right. And while everybody's still here, is there anybody else that had a concern or a comment about this case? Josh, Danielle, Catherine, Ann, any of you have anything you want? Are you happy with what I said? Like I usually say, it's the pleasure of the board.
Yes,
So
but I
you're-
think it sets an expectation, to anyone from the public who might be wanting to make time and hear the case, that
Right,
if it doesn't show that they're going to request a continuance, then, there's some expectation that it's going to be heard that night and they take time out of their busy lives. And I mean, even if it's, zooming in, it's still taking time from something else. So
right, exactly.
wait some time when it could actually be heard and opened and, something substantive happening instead of just not being
All
ready.
right. Correct. So Charlotte, you're gonna check the tape. Mr. Gerhard is requesting, and make sure I get this right, a continuance until April 14th. Hopefully, you might get nicer weather. Everybody's getting their shots. Everybody's coming alive. So with the help, we'll get this done. And that and that. Anything else? That those two things are the reasons for the continuance? Okay. So can we have the clerk please make a motion for the continuance? Right, Charlotte? Okay.
Yes, Madam Chair.
April 14th.
Yes.
Okay, in the matter of 15 McGrath Highway, I make a motion that we continue this to the April 14, 2021 meeting of the ZBA.
Second.
Seconded by Josh Safdie. All in favor of the matter, DRA 2020-0334, 15 McGrath Highway, continuing until April 14th, 2021. Please say aye. Danielle Evans,
Aye.
Josh Safdie,
Aye.
Catherine Gavalia,
Aye.
and Ann Brockelman. And
Aye.
Susan Fontano, aye. There we go. It's unanimous for 5 of us tonight. And again, Catherine's in for Elaine. See you on the 14th, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other business tonight? Nothing's listed on the agenda. Does anybody, they have something they want to put forth? Seeing none, hearing none, may I have a motion for an adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded by Josh Safdie. Here we go. Danielle Evans,
Aye.
Josh Safdie,
Aye.
Catherine Carvalha,
Aye.
and Ann Brockelman,
Aye.
and Susan Fontano, aye. Unanimous to adjourn. Enjoy the weather, folks. See you in March 31st.
All right.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Aye.
Hey, don't get spoiled with these early nights now, all of you. I'm sure the planning office there's got plenty of work coming down the pipe for us. Good night,
We actually-
everybody.
Bye,
What'd you say,
everyone.
Charlotte? What'd you
We
say?
have a case advertised for the 31st, so we'll have a substantive discussion that night.
Okay, good. All right, Doll. Thanks for everything. I appreciate it. Let me know when
Bye.
you find out about the tape, all right?
Will do.
Thank you.